Hello and welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Eric, joined once again with
Derek
and
Angel.
from another planet, bringing you
Wrong
some
soap.
more.
Wrong soap. Wrong soap. Wrong decade.
One life to live. Tommy over all the credits and we'll chat. All right, this was a really good week.
It was really good.
Or whatever clump of episodes that we have.
Clump of episodes, yeah.
We have a jailbreak, which was interesting. Probably one of the worst jailbreaks I've ever seen.
Televised jailbreaks, by the way.
Televised jailbreak.
What's that?
Televised, by the way. Jailbreak.
Yeah. It was interesting. We didn't have too much Tina, but a little bit.
I was mad about that.
Right, but yeah, we didn't have a lot of. Which you would think so, considering the one character that got reintroduced. So
a lot of Cord, not a lot of Tina.
I know, lots of Cord.
I like what they're doing with Cord too. It's fun, fun stuff. So we'll start with like the little side storylines that are going on. Dee Dee, Connie, this what is it called? The Pete versus Herb.
The DA battle.
Yeah, the DA battle that we get little bits of. I don't know when this ends, but I feel like it's been since we started. This battle's been going on.
It has been.
In November, isn't it June?
It's June, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Then we have a very long time if we gotta wait till November. But
right.
Yep. Vicky and Clint are on. They're discussing the hot topics of the paper, the banner, whatever. The Bart Barron horse case. Cassie, Lisa, and Joy are out, like at that club, which we heard a lot of hits.
Almost, yeah.
Level
42.
Yeah, I don't know what it's funny. I know that song, but I never knew that was them. I always thought it was like somebody bigger, like you two.
Same thing. I know that song, but I had no idea who sang it. And I was like,
it is 42, and I never really heard of that group, but they were, I guess, the one-hit wonder.
Probably.
That I know of, anyway. That was the only hit I knew. So it was nice to see Lisa again, too. Barron's daughter. His name's Bart Barron, right?
Yes. Bart Barron, yes. It's an alliteration.
So, because they keep calling him Barron, so they're calling him by his last name then, right?
Yeah.
So then her name's Lisa Barron, I guess?
Yes.
All right. So Mike, that new man that's around that I never heard of, likes Lisa. That was cute. He asked her to dance. He asked her out on a date. Rafe is on. We see him for once every random time. He bugs Chip about Theo, the club owner. So I don't know what happened to Theo. Did he get arrested? Do we know? Do we care? I don't know. Anyway, he's not around, so I guess Chip has taken over the reins for now. Mike finds out that Lisa is Barron's daughter. So he's like, I don't know. He doesn't really know how to handle it looks like.
Yeah.
Corey gets put in jail. This was when he was investigating the case for Vicky and Clint, right? Or for Clint.
Yeah.
But Clint, of course, didn't want him to go that far, but it looks like Cord will do it.
Like a weird cut of scenes, like all of a sudden Clint was bailing Cord out of jail, and we didn't really know why at first.
Right. I thought I missed something. I was like, it had to be. I assumed it was part of his story because he was like, I was there taking pictures or whatever. And Clint is just like, what were you doing there? He's like, I was trying to get a story. Like, take the pictures. What I need. Pete and the girls, that's Joy and crew, discuss Roxy and the scandal. who put her up to this. They need to know. We know it's Baron, but they do not. I think they think it's Asa or something. I can't.
They think it's somebody that once Mr. Herb gets elected, and they're not sure who it is. But
Right. Connie and Brad are on being stupid. Discuss what to do about Roxy. Bart is happy with Roxy, and he was like paying her off to leave town now because he got what he needed. He wants Pete to lose the election.
I think I know why he wants Pete to lose the election, because he was the one who took down Hostess for the Mostesses, and he was involved with Stella, and he loves Stella, and I guess something happened to her. I'm not really sure what it was.
Yeah, we didn't see
Maybe
that.
she got arrested or something, and she's like gone.
Yeah, we haven't seen her since like February.
Yeah.
He pays her to leave. Jonathan and Connie talk about Dorian and her issues with that weird stalker that's going on, who I'm guessing is Mitch Lawrence, but I don't know.
I feel like Mitch Lawrence is behind this. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know who else it would be, and I don't think it's that Paul guy, but it could be because he has face disfigurement, so it could be a new one. I don't know. Clint tells Cord and Mike to back off the horse story. But Cord's like, I know something's going on. Like, I don't want to back off. Like, I want to find out what's going on. And of course, Mike has an in now with Baron, right? So we'll see how that goes. Brad goes to Roxy to find out who's behind her coming to town. She doesn't give anything away, of course. She'll probably end up dead if she does. Although Bart doesn't seem to want to kill people, though. He seems like a good bad guy. Remember, he was mad at the jockey for killing that girl.
He's buy off people. He doesn't kill anybody, I guess.
Yeah, just pay them off or maybe drug them. I don't know. Brad and Baron.
Or get somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Brad and Baron face off. Baron acts like he has no idea who Roxy is or whatever. He says, but I'll stop her if you cooperate and do what I want. And he wants an article retraction from the paper and for him to get off his back. And then he'll get rid of Roxy. And then Brad attacks him. I don't know how I feel about Brad. He seems like a douche, but a good douche. That makes sense.
You're right.
He seems like a player. Like he wants Cassie, it seems like now, and then he has Connie, who is his second choice, next to Jenny, who is now gone from the show. So I don't know. He's a dirty dog, but a good dirty dog. Mike still schmoozes Baron, of course. Mike and Lisa go on a date, or they're planning on going on a date. Pete and the girls talk about Mitch's possible parole. Now we have Mitch Lawrence in the picture. He's only been in jail for a year.
So many questions about that. So many questions.
Yeah, he killed somebody. He did all these terrible things. There's no way in hell that he'd get out after a year.
Yeah.
But I also think he knows that, which is why he plans this elaborate escape.
My main question is, how did he rape Vicky if he was in jail?
Yes. 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 That part.
Yeah.
So I was to a redheaded girl.
Right. So what I was thinking was like, okay, well maybe Mitch snuck out of jail and raped Vicky or whatever. So because we know now that of course Jessica and Natalie are both Clint's daughters at the end of the show. But allegedly, maybe the rape never even happened. I don't even know. Maybe he just thought in Vicky's head to fuck with her. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he just I mean, you could, right? Because she's crazy as it is in a way. Not crazy, but mentally unstable. So yeah, I mean, maybe he did. It was like a mind fuck, but then it ended up being both of them being Clint's. Thank God.
Right.
Thank God.
And it was also just bad use of history. for the Raiders.
I mean, unfortunately, for One Life to Live, it's that type of thing seems like with One Life to Live is easier to do because ABC admits that this is not their show. All My Children was more their show. General Hospital was more their show. One Life to Live, they could just be like, oh, we'll just muck up history from the 80s and pretend that a lot of people didn't watch in the 80s when that's not true.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably what they think sometimes. I mean, look how much history is messed up on all those soaps, really.
Yeah.
They still do it on General Hospital to this day, so.
Yeah.
Like, look at Days.
Days yes.
Days is only the biggest one with Tony and Anthony, or Tony and Andre. They've been on and off, and you don't know which one was there when. It's
even down to the casting, because like when Josh Taylor was hired as Roman, people said, Ken Corday said, "Oh, people won't remember you as Chris," and lo and behold.
Yeah, I mean, he's my Roman too. Like, I know him as Roman.
I like him as Roman, but
right, I know him as Roman.
But in the beginning, there a lot of people for a good 10-15 years they were like, "This is not my Roman."
I'm sure, but yeah, like again, like there's so many people that started watching, like say when I watched, and that's that he was my first Roman because he came on with the bandages and been my Roman for 27 years. So, right? Oh God. Anyway,
he's been around for a long time. Years. Yeah, but let's go back to One Life to Live.
Let's not talk about
really Karen says.
All right, so Cassie and Brad get together at the hotel. Rob's there, and he seems jealous. I guess this is a very side storyline. Do you remember that woman that was with Larry? What's her name? Melanie? Melody?
Mimi.
Who? Oh, Mimi?
Mimi, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even know. I forgot about them, and they just came out.
Now, apparently.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about her during the Tracy stuff.
Yeah, they haven't been on since the Tracy stuff, and that was early April. So we're already
early mid-April, something like that.
He's very backburnered, I guess, or not seen for us.
Yeah, or maybe they just needed a break because that Tracy stuff was...
Well, it looks like Mimi might be leaving because they're already having an argument, and he's like, "I have responsibilities." I'm like, "What does she want him to do? Leave town?" I'm confused because that's all the clip we had is one of them.
They don't spend enough time together. And he's like, "Well, I'm a doctor." Or like, "What do you want?"
What do you want? I'm a doctor.
Yeah,
and I guess they're not writing for them, so that's what they get. All right, let's do I don't know, Asa, Pam, and all that mess. Asa and Pamela are at the diner. He sees Maria. Maria sees him. They lock the eyes. I wasn't sure if he cared at the time because he hasn't seen her for years, right? At least 20 years. So I didn't think, maybe he didn't remember, but he did remember her. Woody brings up a new film deal, and I said, "Guess Woody's out of here." We hardly see him.
I forgot about Woody. He keeps coming and going too.
Yeah, he's very sporadic.
Isn't that Bo's friend?
I think it's Bo's friend and Asa's henchman, really, kind of.
Okay.
Or sidekick, whatever you want to call him.
Actually.
And Pam's dad. Did anybody catch his name? Because I didn't.
Reverend. I don't know.
That's all I got. Reverend. All right. So Pamela's dad is a reverend, and that's how we'll refer to him. So, and they're fighting over Mitch Lawrence. So anytime they mention names, usually these people come back. Maria hears, and she and Al leave. Asa goes after them, or her, because he wants to talk to Maria, I guess. Maria's upset about Asa, and he shows up at her place. And I think Al stepped out at that point, so it's just her and him. Pamela's upset that Asa ran out on them after her, and he's like, "Who's that woman, and why did my man go after her? What is going on?" I really like Pamela a lot.
I do too.
Yeah. When did they get divorced? Because once I start liking this character, I know I'm like, oh man, Usa has like a million wives. When this one leave?
Yeah, like how long does she hang around? Because Renee's not around yet, right?
Renee
No, I haven't seen her.
Renee doesn't come out with 89, I believe, or
Oh,
88.
I always thought she was 86, but okay, 89.
88 or 89, yeah.
So where was I? Maria Cord is on. Oh, it warns Mike about Bart. He's like, be careful with him. Maria threatens Asa. She's like, I'll tell Clint. Um, and then Clint hired Cord at the Banner, I think he says. Al comes back. Al's like ready to fight for his woman, which I love too. I love Al. Does he hang around? Do you know?
I know, no. I don't remember what happens to him now. So
They basically come to an understanding to not let Clint or Cord know what's happening.
yes.
Asa apologizes to Maria, and Al doesn't give a shit, and he kicks him out. I guess like I feel like Asa is a complicated character. um, I don't even know what he wants out of this. Like, I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk. Maria is upset that Asa didn't even ask about Cord. She's like, it's his own grandson, and he doesn't even like give a shit about him. But I don't think that's true. He looks at it as like he's my grandson, but I don't know who he is. Like I don't know him, so kind of like Mariah and J Lo. Like Mariah says she don't know J Lo, but she knows who she is. You know what I mean? Like,
well, he called him a half breed, so it's like he just doesn't want anything to do with him because he's Mexican, or half Mexican.
I don't know because I feel like Pamela's really getting to him in these scenes because I really feel like he starts caring about Cord because Cord's a good dude, and like when I loved their scenes together, and I'm like I cannot wait for this to come out. Hopefully we get to see it. Whoever recorded in 1986. She doesn't want to work with Asa though, Maria. She's like she just doesn't trust him, so I don't know how she's going to go about it her route.
I don't blame her.
I don't either. I would never trust that man.
No, I wouldn't either.
He did look good in that green suit toward the end, though, didn't he? That's the first time I was like, look at Asa in that suit. He usually wears like the same outfit, I feel like. Pamela goes off on Asa for leaving. Asa wants Cord out of town. And she's like, he's your grandson. Like, why don't you want to get to know him? Like, what's wrong with you? I like that he told her the whole story. That was cool because I didn't expect him to. Cord goes to Asa's. Clint's like, what's going on here? Like, what's happening? Asa asks Cord to hang around. He mentions a girl, but he doesn't say who he's dating or interested in or whatever. Asa tries to send Cord to Phoenix to work for, I guess he has a paper there too. And it's a good opportunity for him. Pam tells Asa that Tina is Cord's lady, and Asa is not happy about that. So that's how we know that Asa does care. Because he's like, oh, I don't want him with her. Pamela says she's not getting involved. Tina's her friend. She will never do that to her, so don't even try it, pal. Cord suspects Maria's up to something. He doesn't really know what is happening. Everybody's acting shady around him, so he doesn't know what to think about it. I really don't know how this is going to come out. I guess do you know? Do you both know?
I know some things, but I don't know everything.
All right. And I guess you don't, Angel?
I don't.
Okay, good. That'll be fun to watch. Pam agrees to help Asa find out what Tina did. She's like, this is all I'll do. I'll just question her about what she did there, and that's all I'm doing for you. Cord tells his parents about the job in Phoenix, and they're happy because they're like, "Oh, good, he'll be out of town. Yay! They don't have to deal with shit." But then she finds out it's Asa sending him out of town, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Pam and Tina discuss Cord. Maria's upset. Asa's behind Cord's job offer. Yes. Tina tells Pamela she didn't try getting revenge while she was there. She was going to, but she decided against it because she fell in love with Cord. Even though she doesn't admit it. She doesn't want to talk about Cord because it depresses her.
Yeah.
And then guess who shows up? Cord. He talks about his new position, and he's like, "I know you love me. We'll be able to be together because now I can afford all of your needs." Like, first of all, who'd want a woman like that? Like, to be able to get a better job just to support her, and are crazy because she wants to be rich.
Right, which is why she's choosing Richard.
Right.
Her cousin.
Keep it all in the family, kids. Keep it all
in the family.
Tina says she can't go with Cord. Asa and Pamela talk about her dad, and she's worried about her dad because meanwhile, this whole jail thing is going on, and Reverend went to jail, but we'll get into that in the other storyline. Kind of intertwines. Pamela gives Tina advice about Cord. Tina questions her about Asa's intentions. I like that she was questioning Pamela. She kind of turned it around on her. Corn. Can we name the Cord and Tina Corna?
Corna.
I like it.
Or Torn.
Torn. That's a good one.
Tord. Where was I? Cord offers to go to prison for the pictures, to be there for the banner. And that's all I got with them. You have anything else to say about Tina?
My first note was, like we talked about earlier, not enough Tina.
Not enough for her. We did get her little sting, her little music during when Asa and Pam mentioned her, but little music sting.
I don't catch the music for some reason.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh, and I wrote down a line. This was really funny. Tina says, "Right or wrong, I'm going to be with Richard," and then Cord says it's wrong, and I'm like, "Yes, it's very wrong. He's your cousin."
Thank you, Cord.
That's what I really wanted him to say.
I still got to investigate that deeper. I keep forgetting. I still don't want to believe it's true because Vicky would never allow this. All right, so our storyline with Dorian, which runs into Mitch Lawrence. Cassie and Jonathan talk about Dorian's crank call because now she's receiving crank calls and messages and all this crap. Cassie fights for her mama. Dorian gets a paper with blood on it from 1979 and the date, I guess, that Paul Mann, whatever, threatened her. Vicky and Clint are happy. They talk about good things, where they're at today, and have happy moments, whatever. It's cute. And they got to stop Roxy and her book, which I guess she's stopped now because now she's paid off, right? So she's gone.
Yeah.
But I guess not before the story went out. So now Pete's kind of screwed. Mitch sends Clint a letter from prison that he found God. And Vicky's like, "Oh, hell no. He's up to something." Ain't having it. Dude, it's been a year. Like, not even a year, I feel like, at this point. And he did a lot of shit.
Yeah, and as you know from General Hospital, whenever a villain finds God, you know it's not gonna be good.
I was gonna say it's very Cyrus for No. This story with Mitch Lawrence.
Now, I know Mitch was involved in that cult. Was that the year
Mhm.
before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Mhm.
that's why he knows how to
Oh
like.
no, maybe it is this year. I don't know. We'll
Oh,
see.
it's coming.
I think it's coming. Yeah, because
Oh,
Alex
so we
Perkins was in that cult too.
Yeah, wasn't Cassie in
oh,
there?
What's that?
oh,
Wasn't Cassie in the cult?
I think he tried to lure her in. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh
Mhm.
shit. All
Mhm.
right. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if that's how it started, but yeah, you're right. I remember Allison was a part. Allison, she's
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
Right,
And then we
Hannah
see
was
her again the last world turns.
yeah. She's. I think when did we start as
We start
87?
87, so it was in the summer of 87
Right. So she's probably
during the
recurring.
whole Lily running away thing.
Yeah, she's probably recurring on both.
Mhm.
If she wasn't gone by then from One Life to Live, I don't know. Um, so Dorian thinks that Paul could be anyone in town because of his face. Um, could be changed because it was all fucked up when she last saw
Mhm.
him. So he could have plastic surgery. He could be anybody. Um, Jonathan apologizes to Dorian. She shows him the red face picture that she got. Jonathan
Mhm.
checks Dorian's place out and asks what happened recently. Asks for like an enemy list. Herb comes by because Herb's all of a sudden caring about Dorian again. So now Dorian has two men on her. Yay! Someone is watching Dorian. We see. So so I guess maybe Mitch has somebody on the outside if that's the case, if somebody was watching her. Because remember that? Did you see the
Mhm.
dark figure?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mitch is back. Allison's with him in jail. Allison is the warden's daughter. And she seems like already like liking Mitch, it looks like.
Mhm.
I guess because he's saying all the right things, even though like we know he's still a scoundrel.
Mhm.
Mitch is like, I'm all about the Lord and all this stuff. Um, he wants to make everything up. He wants to redeem himself. Allison like leaves to go somewhere, and he talks to his friend Stan. He's like, we gotta do whatever we gotta do. We're planning this jailbreak, whatever. And then like Mitch says to himself after Stan leaves, he's like, yeah, sorry, pal, you're gonna be stuck here, and I'm gonna be free." He has a flashback of Tina with black hair.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, when did she have black hair?
Well, that's what I mean. Because didn't he do something with Tina where he like coerced her like in the last year
I
in
was thinking she
'82?
might be in disguise or something. Like something she was trying to like catch him or something. I don't know. So there's got
Well,
to be a reason
yeah,
for that.
I feel like Tina definitely would have been good in a cult because she kind of already was doing things for him back then.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, and then he's talking about getting out. I think he told her he'd be out in '87, but he's getting out a year and something sooner. He seems to think.
Mhm. Yeah.
The Reverend comes. He's kind of plays with the Reverend. He's like, "Yeah, I want to
Mhm.
do everything and preach and all this crap." He wants to preach gospel. The warden recommends him to be paroled or whatever, and then the holdup begins at the prison. Um, Mitch hits the emergency button. Um, I guess turning everybody in a way. I guess it alarms what the police station. Why wasn't the head of the police involved?
I think it was the
Ed.
prison board that got
Oh,
the
okay.
alarm. Yeah.
I feel like because it's Landview State's prison, right, or something.
Well,
Statesville.
well, when Herb showed up, he said it was out of his jurisdiction. So I guess it's not Landview.
Yeah, so they said Statesville, so
Yeah, I think
which
State
is
was
which
out.
I think is outside of Landview.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is. Mm-hmm.
Um, he pretends
Let's get the Pennsylvania State Police involved.
yeah. Mitch pretends that Allison's his hostage, but of course, he's playing this game. Allison knows. Um, well, doesn't know that about the prison break. I guess he's just playing her right now.
Mhm.
Herb comes to Dorian's. He finds a picture on her door. Is it her? I think it's her face this time with the red blotch, like the
Yes.
red paint.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He's like, Jonathan's not doing his job because this picture was on your door.
Mhm.
Mitch leaves a note for the authorities, I guess when they're on their way wherever, the prison dungeon or wherever they're at. Um, Mitch uses Pamela's dad to bargain with. The warden worries that Mitch might be involved and he might not be trusted, you think? Dorian gets a
Mhm.
call. Dorian gets a call about the prison break. The cons want to like meet. I was so confused by this. I was like, what the hell is happening? They would never do this. Like, it was so weird. Bringing more people in to like interview the mates that are holding them up. Like, I'm like, what?
It was so weird.
It was so weird. Like, this is a really
Mhm.
weird storyline. And then they like talk the warden into saying a prayer. I'm like, okay, why not? It's already weird enough.
Sure. All right.
Say a
Let us pray.
Well, Mitch Lawrence is back. It's gonna get weird, I guess.
It's
About to get
just
so weird.
and he's such a good actor, Roscoe Bourne. Jesus.
Yeah,
Like,
rest in
Yeah.
peace, first of
oh
all.
my God. He's so
Because
great.
he plays such a wide variety of roles in his career. Not to get into a Roscoe Bourne rant. I got a tangent, but like he like his character on The City was like a kind of like this complex character. Who else did he play? He was on Terrible Tom. Oh my God, Terrible Tom.
This. Which Sheila was worse back then than he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was really chilling on All My Children. I don't know if you ever saw his role on All My
Oh, was
He was.
oh my gosh!
He was
Remind me, because I saw it.
Jim Thompson or something like that.
Jim Thomason, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who was he on there?
He was. He did something to Brooke. I don't remember what it was. What did he do?
He ran over Laura.
Yes.
Sorry for spoiler, but he ran over Laura. That was the guy who ran over Laura. They basically brought that storyline back in what was it, 1998, 97?
Yeah, they brought it back. He was the driver that killed Brooke's daughter.
Yeah.
And he is not a good person at all.
No. And then he was replaced by. They replaced him. I remember because I remember the scene where they replaced him. I looked at my mom and I was like, "What happened to the other guy?"
They replaced him with some guy from another world. I can't remember his name, but
Charlene's man. I forgot his name.
He was also in Paper Dolls with Morgan Fairchild.
Yes, Paper Dolls.
Oh, cool.
He was actually a good guy in that.
Really?
Yeah. So Dorian and Herb go to help with the prison break. Whatever, why not? Stan takes Dorian hostage. Dorian yells, "Keep recording," while all this mess is going on. The guys have guns on them.
Why not?
I forget who pushed the one guy, but his arm went up and like a gunshot.
The gunshot went off, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Jonathan gets to the prison. He's all upset that Dorian's involved and all this. Mitch kicks Stan's ass. He tries to sway the cons. That cracked me up, dude. That one guy was not putting his gun down.
He wasn't.
Garrett, his name was. And then he had two guns at one point. He's like, oh. Mitch is like, save your soul, put the gun down. I'm like, oh God, this is gonna be like torture when this freaking cult starts because it's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Of course, the guy's filming and Mitch goes on, he's of course now on TV and he's like, oh, this was a miracle and blah blah blah. I was like, oh,
this is a miracle. Yes, miracle. Yes, miracle. Yes. And then the church choir goes, miracle, yes.
Yeah, it was something.
It was something. That didn't really happen. I was just messing around.
So now I guess we're entering this cult storyline. I've seen the cult storyline on General Hospital, and that was a weird one.
Dawn of Day, yeah.
Dawn of Day.
Dawn of Day.
I've seen a cult storyline, of course, in Melrose Place, but that was only like 3 episodes. So that
was fun. No, that was fun.
Nice and quick.
That was with Cindy, right?
Sydney, yeah.
Yeah.
So this, and then what was the? I'm trying to think of the other cult storyline. Was there one on As the World Turns? No,
Not that I know of.
no.
There probably was. I just don't know it.
And so I'm both like excited to see it, but now I'm like nervous to see it because if it's gonna be like preaching and shit, it's gonna be annoying.
It's like a fast forward.
Well, we do get to see Jessica's whole thing, so that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yes, we get this. We get to see Jessica be born and Natalie being born, and we get to see the whole thing that wasn't totally made up in 2001.
Right.
Well, that's not till September, so we got a long ways to go.
Got a long way to go. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the middle of June. So yeah, it was very entertaining. I really like these.
Really good.
I'm confused at some story. Like I feel like we are missing some random things. It's so weird because like we have so much of it. I feel like, but then we're missing some key things. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Like where was Mimi and Larry? They're just
they're on the back burner right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they have the whole Tracy James thing. They need to break.
Like Tracy kind of messed them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they need a character break for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, now
Miss Tracy.
Either Delilah, Rachel,
Yeah.
wife. I don't know.
When is Bo coming back? Do you know, Derek?
80. He comes back next year, but I think he's only gone a year. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we had Bo in the beginning of these, didn't we? So
yeah,
he's freshly. He's definitely not going to be back till like January, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know he's on Days of Our Lives right now in this timeline. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited to see the summer storylines. I'm guessing it's going to be Mitch and his stupid shit, but we'll see.
We also get to see the Cord, Richard, Tina triangle too, so that'll be.
That's true. That's true. That's something.
So let's move Richard out the way and just make it the Cord and Tina's story.
Well,
bye, Richard.
I mean, I've seen a couple episodes from '86 because of Andrea Evans's like memorial. I watched her best episodes, and one of them was the summer of '86. So it's a couple of them were actually summer of '86. So
okay.
Isn't this the location shoot with Cord and Tina this summer?
The fall that was also included. They're going Devil's Claw or something like that,
where she was wearing the pink.
Yes, and Cord's mosquito.
Yeah, there is a colorful picture of that in my book.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it. It jogs with the memory, especially that Speedo.
Mm-hmm. He looked great in that Speedo. I mean,
really did.
I remember him saying I read something in an interview. He said he had such a hard time wearing that. He hated it.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people don't want to wear them like that.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not by choice. No.
Yeah.
The body for a Speedo. My ass would be wearing a Speedo. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited to see it. So we'll see that, and I guess we'll see Maria and Asa going at it, and maybe Al. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Clint's probably going to find out that Cord's his son sooner or later. So
yeah, I can't wait for that to come out because I really can't imagine how it's going to.
Mm-hmm.
I would like Maria to tell him, but I guess it doesn't seem like it's going to happen that way.
No, I don't think so.
So we'll see. I'm sure it'll be torturous for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get there. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
I don't think so.
Like, nothing I can think of.
While we're watching All My Children, I'll think of a few things.
All right. Well, let us know if you watched One Life to Live in 1986 and what you thought of everything. We don't get too many. I don't think we get comments on our One Life to Live, so it would be nice to see some. Let us know what you liked about 86. Comment below. and join us on our Patreon for exclusive On My Children watch right now. But we should do some On Life to Live watches at some point
Yeah, we
soon.
should.
Maybe in the summer. We'll have to discuss some big things.
Mhm. We have to get a full episode to watch, though.
Yeah. All right. And thanks for joining us today at Queers and Soaps. Follow us on all the socials and have a good one, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.